Hi there, I'm Ahzri Tikal, and welcome to Ahzri Ruins the MSQ. Now, believe it or not, I wasn't always a gunslinging sky privateer, so a lot of you are probably wanting to see the start of my tale. So here's young me in my traditional Moonkeeper Huntress miniskirt. Having gotten bored with bowmanship, and not yet able to afford my trademark firearms, I took to training in fisticuffs. Here I am on the outskirts of Ulda, because that's where you start as a pugilist. Not to be confused with a pugilisk, which are adorable and you should buy one. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't really remember this at all. Weird. I think maybe it was a local Pink Floyd concert?
Here.
Oh, my head.
Here. Feel.
Hi, creepy voice from nowhere? Wow, they really went all out on the special effects.
Here. Feel. Think.
No, the Mad Lib needs an adverb. And now I guess I just change real quick and fight this guy. Don't fear the ring rape, kids. So, this grizzled passenger is Brent with a D, a traveling merchant and busybody with a predilection for profiteering. Feeling the effects of the ether? Is that what they're calling it these days? Well, I can neither confirm nor deny any ether usage, mostly because my memory is hazy. Well, I hope these fellows don't step in any chocobo do. You know it's lovely weather for a carriage in the desert with you. Hey now. Oh no, it's the 5-0 with a routine inspection. Oh, 12, they found my stash. Mustache, that's it. Because I totally didn't smuggle any ether on board. If only we had a convenient distraction. Kind of like that arrow in the floor. Hey wait, stop the carriage. I want to train with the Amalja. So this surprisingly affable trader introduces himself and the Wonder Twins, who apparently don't talk much. More on that later. Adventurers? Is that what they're calling it these days? Yeah, sure, we'll go with adventurer. So why do I do it? Well, I need expensive guns that won't buy themselves, so yeah. Apparently I'll fit right in Ulda, so that's good, right? Long story short, after Brent talks both my ears off, we arrive at
a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ulda.
Ulda.
It's only a model. Shh.
As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul.
Awkward phrasing, overly dramatic voice in the sky.
One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Yeah, that may be a slight exaggeration there. Anyway, Brent decides to send me off with a parting gift. Pet rock? Gee, thanks? Oh well, this is just some random NPC I'll probably never be seeing again.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Ouch, that sounds painful. Can I maybe be reborn with, oh say, nice soothing mud bath? Final Fantasy XIV. No, really, this is the last one. Honest. I barely stepped into the gates of Ulda when I get hailed by John Lennon? Oh, it's Wyman now, is it? Be that as it may, Wyman sends me over to the quicksand to introduce myself to the proprietor, Mamodi. Hey there, little girl. I'm looking for Mamodi. Wait, you are Mamodi? I always forget Lalafell are so cuddly and adorable. So, about this Adventurers Guild thing. Do you provide continental breakfast? Dental? Coupon books for local gunsmiths? Mamodi, sweetie. If you think my skin is green, you need a vocation. Anyway, Mamodi tells me pretty much exactly what Brent did before, but in a much cuter way. Oh, more Makote sisters in their traditional garb. Carry on, proud huntresses! She also speaks of the calamity, when the moon cracked open like an egg, releasing an abomination. Good thing this was stopped, somehow, by a brave group of extraordinarily unmemorable adventurers everyone took to calling Warriors of Light. After casually bearing witness to a mob shakedown, Mamodi welcomes me as an official member of the Adventurers Guild. Whatever that means. So apparently the glamorous life of an adventurer consists mostly of killing small defenseless wildlife, passing messages back and forth, and running menial errands for the townsfolk for handfuls of gil. And it seems like everyone in Ulda is in need of such a champion. Finally, I find myself back in the desert, taking on a quest that's actually worthwhile. Saving a little lost girl who's wandered off alone. It's almost like a nightly save the princess sort of mission. But there's no way this little rapscallion is royalty. Though for such a cute little muppet, she sure does have a condescending tone. Anyway, it's a good thing I came along because there's no way anyone else would think to. Oh. Cue the handsome and cheeky rogue with a heart of gold, I guess? After an awkward few minutes of not Robin Hood trading jabs with the completely not Sultana, the tension is finally broken by a fortuitously timed gargoyle attack. That out of the way, the dashing ne'er-do-well storms off to do manly things and leaves me looking for something to... Is that a crystal? I bet I could sell it for a boatload of gil. I mean, finders keepers, right? That's how adventuring works. Okay, that's new. I suddenly find myself on a glowing snowflake. How'd I get here again? And there's fireworks and...
Hear, feel, think.
Oh no, not you again. Show yourself, matronly monotone with too much reverb. Hey! 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 Not the best vantage point for a meteor shower, thank you very much. Sure is pretty though. Okay, I can fly now? That's new.
I am Heidelin, all made one.
Nice to meet you, Miss All Made One. I might just call you Hedi.
A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
Your words, not mine.
And as it hath faltered,
Okay,
so
Hedi,
hath darkness
we need to have words
risen
about your
up
creepy cameraman.
instead,
Seriously, I'm going to presage an end to his career.
to life.
And his
Power
face.
to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
Stay active, drink lots of crystal light. Got it. So, are we done here, or... I had the weirdest dream. And you were there? And you were there?
Would you mind telling me what
Oh,
that
not
was?
so loud, Lolera. It's like ice picks in my ears.
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
So we're better off avoiding them? Ha! Sorry, had to.
Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream?
Don't patronize me. As a matter of fact, it did. It was, 42?
No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt.
What is this, an intervention?
I leave Lady Lolera in your capable hands.
You do realize my superpower is basically narcolepsy, right?
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
So cute! A short while later, I find myself stalked by a masked man in a very familiar robe who it turns out is a Pokemon master. I also find myself stalked by the prematurely gray brigand who introduces himself as Thancred. Thancred? Really? Do you have a big sister named Plesia? And a little brother named You're Welcome Bert? Anyway, Thancred has an uncanny knack for showing up at the same time as my ominous cultist stalker. But that's gotta be just coincidence. So, after sparring with the shady stranger Summons, I finally get the beat down on Tall, Dark, and Brooding himself. No, the other Tall, Dark, and Brooding. Thancred informs me these Halloween store aficionados are called Scions, and they're apparently bringers of chaos, whatever that means. Anyway, that's the last time I'll have to worry about weird mages in robes and masks. Come to think about it, I should probably take the mask off to see... Ooh, is that another crystal? A dark crystal, if you will? Huh. Well, that won't sell for much now. Next thing you know, I'm rubbing elbows with royalty. Knees anyway. After tracking down her lost hat, I meet up with the most influential and adorable person in all Thenla, the Sultana Nanamo ul Namo. Funny, she looks so familiar. Well, she probably just has one of those faces. I also meet up with Rabon Halden, Nanamo's sidekick and former center for the Alamago Bulls.
Betokening our gratitude and esteem, I, Nanamo ul Namo, Sultana of Ulda, confer upon you this gift.
Wow, another pet rock. You shouldn't have. Guess I'll just add it to the collection then.
See to it that our champion is my personal guest at the banquet.
Yeah, okay, I could eat. I wonder if she uses a high chair. At the party, I get dragged aside by a lonely Rabon who, after blabbing about politics and religion for a while, tells me more about the Battle of Cartoneaux and the famous yet mysterious Warriors of Light. He goes on to say I remind him of them. So, I guess I can expect to die a horrible death in battle and have no one remember me? Thanks, I think. It's at this point when I suddenly start getting drowsy again. I should probably see a doctor about that at some point. This time around, I get a vision of the Battle of Cartoneaux, where the day was saved by some guy named Louisois. Apparently this battle took place in Eorzea's French Quarter, and the Warriors of Light are conspicuously absent. Or are they? I mean, they could be these guys for all we know. Anyway, after chatting for about a half hour as they watch their men die, the leaders decide to pull their troops back and leave Louisois on his own. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I wake up to discover I've entered an entirely new phase in my adventuring career. I've now graduated to delivering messages. But hey, this time it's for VIPs and I'm a VIP, so progress? It all revolves around the new buzzword Cartoneaux. 5 years after the fact, Rabon wants to finally hold a memorial service for the fallen. What can I say? Bureaucracy. Anyway, in my official capacity as the next best thing to a Warrior of Light, I've been chosen to carry the word to the other city-states. And more importantly, it means my very first airship ride. Not gonna lie, it's habit-forming. More on that later. Meanwhile, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Or was it the Garlean Empire? Joking aside, the Garlean and Galactic Empires may seem similar on the surface, but rest assured there's no blatant Star Wars ripoffs in this universe. And now, for a Garlean exclusive, I hand it over to not Darth Vader.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worlds, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
Thanks, Gaius. And now the Red Ranger with sports.
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
For the crime of having a stupid codename, you are hereby sentenced to a remarkably bloodless death. Oddly timed exposition aside, I finish my remarkably unremarkable trip and find myself in Lamensa, which is basically a bunch of pirates who decided to put down roots in Lanasia. Not that I'm one to judge, mind you.
I bid you welcome. I am Melvi Bluefisvin.
Merle Y. Blowfishwin? Be honest with me, Murli, you just made that up for a Scrabble game, right? Anyway, since we clearly haven't heard enough about Cartoneaux already, Murli explains about the Elder Primal Bahamut, who apparently was some huge dragon that hatched out of a moon. If you ask me, she's been hitting a little too hard on the aether. After signing off on Rabon's errand, she explains that she wants me to gossip in Gridania about a wolf sniffing around her stables. If you know what I mean. Speaking of, next stop the Black Shroud and Gridania. Founded by a hippie commune of elves and Anhir, that's elves and humans to you non-Eorzeans, Gridania is precisely what you'd expect. For some reason, though, their leaders are these weird horn people.
I am Conacena.
Ah, yes, Conacena, most famous for her ability to see Elder Seeds. Connie goes on to explain in detail about those Garleans everyone's been going on about. Apparently, their claim to fame is this thing called Magitech, which is, well, magic tech. Using this, they set about conquering Ilzabard, and then set their sights on Eorzea. But when the Emperor neglected to put a proper will in order, his death sparked a war of succession, keeping the Garleans conveniently at arm's length. Later, back in Ulda, I come across some poor woman who's probably a cultist being accosted by one of the Backstreet Boys and his gang of oddly clothed muscle. After framing her for the Great Dodo heist, this fine upstanding citizen tells her all is forgiven on the small condition she serve him in some undisclosed capacity. Seems like a good deal, but still, I was never one to back down from a fight. That out of the way, the respectable businessman flees, and we've finally gotten the Backstreets back. All right! The clingy cultist thanks me for my timely meddling, and I get a convenient migraine. Oh, and another crazy dream that serves as indisputable evidence that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt she was in the right. At that point, who should show up but Thancred, who, after confessing to being my stalker and hitting on me for a bit, tells me about this friend of his who, like myself, is plagued by cryptic visions at inconvenient times. In fact, there's a whole group of like-minded individuals who operate in secret and call themselves the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Well, stalkerish behavior aside, this seems on the up and up, so what do I have to lose? Doubtless my first point of contact will be some wily and battle-hardened spy. Wow, that is so not what I was expecting. And yet so utterly adorable. Who knew a Trollolol song could be so cute? After doing the signature Lalafell dramatic point at a book, this little scamp who introduces herself as Tataru welcomes me to the top secret headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. After showing myself downstairs to the confusingly named Solar, I meet up with Secret Agent Menphilia, leader of the Scions, who wastes no time in explaining who they are and what they do.
We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals.
Got it! Secret shadow government that manipulates international politics with the endgame of killing gods. Seems legit.
Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space? A mind without a body?
Look, I don't have a problem, okay? I can quit any time I want.
All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul. A power known as the Echo.
Echo. Long story short, the Echo is a rare gift from Heidelin that allows one to see visions of a person's past, possessed by a rare few like this little girl, some fish man, a score of Garlean science experiments, the entire population of an alternate universe, oh, and Menphilia, I guess.
That's right. I, too, possess the Echo.
Figures.
Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm.
No pressure or anything. That said, Menphilia invites me to join the Scions, entrusting me with their top secret password, Wild Rose. Boy, if that ever got out to the general public, we'd be in trouble.
Tell me, does the name Charlie-Anne ring any bells?
I think I had a second cousin named Charlie-Anne at some point.
Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons.
Let me guess.
Those same brave souls stand before you now.
Spoken in true humility, Minphy.
The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Papa Limo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
So cute.
If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Ashtola. Lamensa has the pleasure of being under her care.
So it's not just me.
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Oh no, not another mysterious cloaked figure.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
Yeah, that's kind of how the sun works. Anyway, I guess we're one big happy family, and nothing bad will ever happen to any of us. That's it for this installment of Ahzri Ruins the MSQ. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're so inclined. Happy trails!